This is a tale of the Grim Reaper. It is told from the perspective of my traveling partner, which sometimes accompanies me through the spiritual realms. This tale is a warning. Do not think that your actions here on earth will not be judged, for everything you do on earth that has a negative effect on the spirit of a living thing, the spirit of the earth, and especially the spirit of someone else, will have dire consequences. Let it be known, you will be held accountable. There are occasions when circumstances allow amends to be made, but only Spirit can spare those who committed such acts from the consequences that normally ensue, whether that be spiritual prison, spiritual exile, spiritual annihilation, or spiritual retraining of the harshest degree. Enough of the warning, proceed. On my travels through spiritual realms, I came across a horrid scene. The cries of mothers went out across the realms as I responded to their spiritual pain. Innocent children had been laid to waste, dozens lying upon the ground, their bodies laying bloody and motionless. Their lives had been stolen by a man with a gun. The gun was a long rifle and many shells laid upon the ground. The place was a schoolyard whose vibration now lay ruined, dark and ugly, the vibrant beauty it once held, now destroyed. I saw the gunman take his life just as I arrived. The self-inflicted gunshot, now trying to relieve the pain inflicted, now realized. I saw the spirits of the children. Some of them ran about in a panic, trying to stay alive, as if they still were. Guardian spirits appeared, glowing in light, coming quickly, and they called to the children in soothing tones as they tried to calm them down. Some of the children's spirits were still playing dead inside their destroyed bodies. As they heard the guardian spirits' voices, they began to rise, seeking the safety that their words did present. The children were gathered, soothed, and lined up by the guardian spirits. The Grim Reaper then appeared. He stood almost 7 feet in height and wore a dark cloak that glided across the ground. He held a long scythe in one of his skeletal hands, with the famed Grim Reaper's blade. His face was ghostly, appearing as a skull with hollow sockets that just stared eerily. The Reaper floated across the schoolyard. He looked to the children and then to the gunman. The Grim Reaper raised his hand and pointed toward a light that appeared off in the distance. The guardian spirits led the children away and towards the light. The Grim Reaper approached the gunman. The gunman lay there, its spirit sensing the presence of the Reaper. The Reaper stood above the gunman's body, waiting for a spirit within it to rise. A demon showed its face. Its horns and red eyes appeared from the back of the gunman's bloody head, cowering within the gunman's body. The Grim Reaper swung his scythe down across the gunman's body and yanked out the demonic entity. The demonic entity cried out in pain. The Reaper placed ghostly shackles upon the horned demon and held it in the air. The Reaper then uttered some ghostly words and a gate opened beneath the horned demon. The Reaper dropped the shackled demon into the pit, and the horned demon howled horrifically as it fell into the depths of hell. The gate closed and the Grim Reaper looked down at the gunman once again. Again, a demon showed its face. A shadow demon appeared as dark as the void with large red eyes that seemed to burn. It raised its head and then retreated back into the gunman's body. The Reaper swung his scythe low and tore the demon out from the gunman's body. The Reaper held the shadow demon impaled on his blade. As he reached out for the shadow demon, another demon rose from the gunman's body and tried to flee. The Grim Reaper pointed at it as it ran, and a blinding ray of light, as bright as the sun, shot out from the Reaper's skeletal finger. The shadow demon disintegrated away as it was spiritually annihilated. The Reaper then placed its hand upon the shadow demon, impaled upon its side, and the shadow demon disintegrated away, spiritually annihilated. The Grim Reaper then looked down at the gunman. He lowered his scythe and yanked out the spirit of the gunman. He marked the gunman for judgment. One mark was placed upon the gunman's spirit, for every life he stole, and a Roman numeral amounting to the number of years stolen from each and every victim added together was placed upon the gunman's spirit's forehead. The gunman's spirit was placed in ghostly shackles, and the Reaper uttered ghostly words once again, opening a gate to the lower realms. The gunman cried as he was dropped into the lower realms, to serve the judgment laid by the Grim Reaper. So it is, so it shall be. The Grim Reaper is not one to forgive. Until another tale of the spirit realms is given, the Dragon Oracle has spoken.